What about now? Can you hear me now? No sound? Sound now? Can you hear me? Okay, no sound. All right, how about this? Does this work? Can you hear me now? I'm trying again. You know, third try. I haven't been online for a while, so I forgot like how to do this stuff. You can hear me. We're live and you can hear me. All right, it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna take this one. There's a big microphone on top of my phone right now, and I'm gonna throw it in the woods. You know, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna throw it in the woods, but we've got to do something with it, and we're not gonna reward it. I'll tell you that much right now. Who's that? You remember this truck? Man, I missed you guys. So let me go in the chat because I was talking with Sylvia the other day, and thank you so much to Sylvia, right, our moderator. Who's done such an amazing job. Violet, what's up? Great to see you. I want to look in the chat. I missed you guys. There's Jackie. Cool. Eric and Doris. Kathy, what's up, everybody? Cool. All right, everybody's coming back in. I missed you guys so much. It's amazing to see you here. We've got a lot to talk about. I don't know if you watched the first part of the video, but let me reach in my pocket. That's just the U.S. Constitution. What do you have in your pocket? Is that a Constitution in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I'm happy to see you. All right. So here's what we have to talk about. I made a list. We've got 2 pages of things to talk about. We're at a beautiful campsite, right? Come and find me if you want to hang out. You know, I'm here for a couple more days. Well, your messages are so nice. Thank you. Been missed. Thank you. I missed you guys so much too. I had some stuff to work through after what happened in DC. I've got to shoot straight with you. That was, woo. I mean, woo. That was some stuff, right? I've never really experienced anything like that. I've never done any like protesting per se, you know, besides like bedtime policies and things like that. So it was sort of a big deal what happened to me. And we're still working through what happens as a result of all that. So I'm cool. I'm safe, everything like that. Let me scroll up here because I know you guys are still putting chats. It's amazing to see all that. Thank you guys. Oh man, thank you guys so much. Amazing to hear from you. And Trench is in the house. What's up, Mr. Trench? Mr. Trench, you know it's a duster. You should be Mr. Duster, not Mr. Trench, but I'm not here to tell you what to call yourself. You call yourself whatever you want, buddy. And hey, one of the visionaries sent me this hat at Bunker Hill. I don't know. I don't remember who it was. I don't think there was even a note on it. But whoever that was, thank you so much for this super cool hat. I love it. Cool. You guys want to go on a hike? Or should we talk a little bit and then go on a hike? What do you want to do? I'm interacting with the visionaries. What do you guys want to do? You want to go for a hike and talk? Or do you want to talk a little bit first and then roll? What do you guys want to do, visionaries? Choose your own adventure. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about Branson. That's kind of like a side thing. We're going to talk about some big stuff today. I'm going to give you guys some things that you can talk about with other people where no one will ever be able to say that's a conspiracy theory. You know, no, I'm just going to give you straight fact and straight data from international and domestic occurrences, right? And how that's affecting our life. And it's affecting our vote that's coming up too, right? Has anybody already voted? Anybody do any early voting? I see you want to talk, so I'm going to sit with you. All right, cool. Man, I'm so stoked to be with you guys right now. This is so cool. Cool, all right. I know I need a haircut. I need to shave. I can go another day or two, but we're going to have to shower at some point. That's going to have to be, like, in the future. Sylvia just said, what? Voting a week from today. I'm going to vote. Yeah, I'm going to vote on Election Day, I think. It depends, though, because isn't that when did Mona want to run her convoy? We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm not sure if that's still going. I've heard mixed things on that. I probably owe her a phone call. She did call me, so I own that. I owe her a phone call. You already voted? Good. No early voting. Good. So are you watching what happened in Arizona? Did anybody see what happened with the vigilantes, the armed vigilantes watching voting poll booths, right? And they tried to get a restraining order against them, and a federal judge said, no, you can't have a restraining order. They can go ahead. Just saying. No early voting. Good. You did in Michigan. Good. Vote twice in Michigan if you can. Mona wants me to call her. 10-4 Sylvia. I will do that. The convoy is on the 9th. Okay, 10-4. We can do that. I might be in Cincinnati right after that. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. But I'm not far from that area now, so it would be easy for me to get out there. Okay. You sent me the update on Florida. I did see that. I do owe you a message. Thank you very much. I saw that. It is my intention to be in Florida. I want to go to Florida. That's next month, right? We'll talk about that in a minute. First, I do want to kick through some things, though, that are going on in the country and world. But, I mean, I just have to catch up with you guys. You can't call somebody and, like, go straight into the business. You know, we have to talk a little. How are you? What do you smell like? Tell me. Are you in the woods, too? Are you at home? Cincy is close to Jen. All right, sweet. So maybe we can meet up there. Millie says, hi there, stranger. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen you for a long time. And I hope all of you are doing very well. There's been a lot going on recently, just with me and with you guys, I'm sure. And, you know, I know that anybody who farms is very, very busy right now with harvest. Big shout out to TQ, to Tony and Lisa and Amanda and Jeremy and Cody. If you guys are watching this, lots of love to you guys. I hope you're doing really, really well. And I appreciate everything that you did to help support me so much. Thank you, guys. You know, you're awesome to hang out with. Karen says, I am still X-ray. 10-4. I'm still X-ray. We have huge plans for the channel, thanks to Sylvia. So just a huge shout out to our moderator, Sylvia. We've been talking behind the scenes, and I think we have some really, really, really fun stuff that's going to roll out over the coming weeks and months. Of course, our focus right now has to be on the vote, right? We need to vote Republicans into the House and into the Senate, and then we need to impeach Biden, and we need to impeach Mayorkas. Yeah, Fauci's leaving anyway. He knows what's coming. He's a doctor. He's like, I know what's coming. I'm getting the hell out of here, you know. So we'll talk about this, but yes, we need to vote, right? We need to vote them out, and then we need to impeach people. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch Biden get impeached. It's gonna be great. But we just have to take the House and the Senate first, okay? So we have to talk to everybody, try to get people motivated for the vote. When people are like, I don't understand how you can be, you know, a Republican, a MAGA Republican. I'm going to give you some ammo. I'm going to give you like a whole basket, not real ammunition. If DC Metro is still watching this, fuck you. But I'm sorry. Sorry. I apologize. That was inappropriate. Come on, we're working on this. But I wish you peace and whatever, and freedom, you son of a guns out there, DC Metro. But anyway, we're going to talk about a few things right here. The swear jar is logged on. I need to get to it, right? We're going to talk about a few things that are going on, and we're just going to lay the truth out there, right? We're going to talk about what's going on in the world, and I want to hear from you guys about what you think about these things. So here's our little domestic policy debate. Here's our little international policy debate. I promise to tie it all together with Ukraine. Work out for you guys. All right. So does that sound cool? We'll do this and then we'll go for a hike. There's a beautiful lake, big lake. You guys might even know where I am when you see the lake. And if you can come and find me, like you can sit by my campfire and we'll have a good time. Just bring toilet paper. I ran out of toilet paper like yesterday. I shouldn't tell you, right? Anyway. Bring toilet paper. Anyway, domestic policy, right? You guys heard about what happened with Paul Pelosi, right? Did you hear about this? Someone went to San Francisco to Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi's house, to her house, broke into the house, like, for the senior, right? Anyway, broke into the house, and then started going around saying, where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? Right? Saying, where's Nancy? Which I heard people, I read that people were saying that on January 6th. I wasn't there on January 6th, so I don't know what people said, but that's what I heard people were saying. People were looking for Nancy. And now they went to her house? That's a big deal, right? Do you think it's a big deal that people went to Nancy Pelosi's house? What do you think about it? I just want to know what you think about it. You think Nancy did it? You think Nancy sent somebody to get her husband? Here's my question. How did the police get called? Because in all the reporting, it says the police went by for like a welfare check. Did they just like stop into the house randomly? They just go in? They don't go in. You know what I mean? How did they get to the house? Like, were there cameras on the house that saw something going on and then there was an anonymous call to the police? Or like, it never said he called 911. We never heard the recording of him calling 911 saying there's a guy in my house with a hammer. I think it was Pelosi's hammer because the police said that they showed up and they saw two men holding a hammer. Now, that could be a euphemism for a penis. No one knows. But 2 men were holding a hammer, they said. And they said, drop the hammer. And so Paul Pelosi drops the hammer, and the other guy hits him in the head and fractures his skull with it. Here's the biggest thing for me. If Paul Pelosi had been a Republican, he would have shot the guy. He would have shot him. If he was, a Republican, if this happened in Indiana or whatever, dude'd be on the floor and there'd be a chalk line around him and they'd have to go clean that up. I don't condone violence or whatever. I don't condone, whatever. I'm just saying, there's a reason this happened, right? And people are like, oh, I don't know what this could be related to. Is it a random thing? Is it connected? And I just sat here reading, like high-level analysts just put ridiculous words into the universe about this. So I'm gonna let you know what I think is up. I want to hear from you what you think is up based on what I'm thinking. And this will give you a lot of information about what's going on in the country and world today. Okay, first reason I think that this happened is the state of public safety and crime in the United States has normalized this behavior. What do I mean by that, right? I said the state of public safety and crime in the United States has normalized this type of behavior. And what I mean by that is that there were 692 mass shootings in the United States last year. 692 mass shootings in the United States last year, according to CNN. That's liberal stats. So it's probably more. It's probably more. They're probably, just putting it out there. I'm just saying, we're a very violent culture. We came to be established against political overlords, right? That's how America came to be a country. And I'm not calling for that in this message or anything like that. I'm just stating a historical fact. And historical fact, however is it A or an with historical? It's an HB, whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, right? America's a violent culture. There were almost 200 school shootings. I think it was 143 last year, but check me. Over 140 school shootings last year. Okay, and then 692 mass shootings. That's like multiple people getting shot. This isn't like the one-off. This is multiple people. In America, like that's freaking crazy. America also used to have human zoos, but we don't have to talk about that, with like little pygmies and people from all different parts of the world, just like on display as slaves in cages, human zoos. There was one in New York City in the 1900s. Yeah, but we've come a long way. All right, getting people with hammers and stuff. Anyway, so the first thing is state of public safety and crime has normalized this type of behavior. Second thing, lost faith in public officials, including the police. We've seen a number of high-profile, and depending on your demographic or your perspectives, you might come at this differently, right? If I was an African-American male in my demographic, I might talk about some of the police brutality and police shootings, right, that affected my community. For me, it's like, hey, did you see what happened in D.C.? That was corrupt as flip. That was police brutality and gross abuse of power. And we're going to address that in a civil... Never mind. We'll talk about it later. We're going to address that. Right? You guys tell me. So do you think that what percent of Americans, or how do you see it? Do you think people have lost faith in our public officials, including the police? Lost faith in their ability to help us, or are upset with police? Do you think that's possible in America right now? Do you think they think police aren't going to do anything? I think the person was emboldened to go to the house because he was seeing signals and ban hammers. I see that. That's very funny. Okay. Very, very funny. Anyway, lost faith in public officials, including the police. 129 police officers were killed on duty last year. 129 police officers were killed on duty last year. 692 mass shootings last year. More than 140 school shootings last year. Those data, those numbers are not indicative of, do not indicate that like we're doing well as a society, right? That we're like clicking. And the people who have been in charge for the last 50 years, like President Biden, yeah, you haven't been doing a good job, because look at what's coming out of the machine. You put policy into the machine, America is the living machine, right? And then what comes out of it? social reality. Okay, so this has come to exist for reasons, right? But I've got more to talk about. Okay, the next thing, increased awareness. Number 3, increased awareness of corruption by public officials and elected politicians. So now that we have the internet and we have social media and we have cell phones right in our pockets, everybody has a camera. People are leaking data, right? All kinds of things. We're aware of so much of the corruption that has no doubt existed since humans have, right? I mean, this isn't a new thing, right? Like the French Revolution didn't happen because this had never happened before, right? Or whatever. So this is not a new thing. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. All right. Excuse me. Increased awareness of corruption by public officials and elected officials. So not only do we see it with the police and with politicians, we also see this corruption with corporations, with large corporations. Can anyone give me an example of large-scale corporate corruption that's affected you or another American? Can anybody give me any example? What's an example of corporate corruption? And if Bigfoot walks in the background, it would go viral. I would get so many clicks. It would say, I run that guy down. I put him in a figure 4 choke. I choke that Bigfoot out. I put him in the back of the beast. I'd get one of you to come help me start it. And we'd go straight to the Smithsonian. And I'd say, how much? How much you going to pay me? I got one. Media, great example of corporate corruption. Media, who said that? Melody V, really good job, Melody. Awesome, good job. Disney, really good job. Halliburton, good job, everybody. Cool, so you're paying attention, you're tuned in, awesome. So, in addition to the corporate corruption, we see scandals everywhere, right? We see junk fees, and now the Obama administration is trying to target these junk fees as part of their policy. Capitalism, junk fees. I don't know. I always have to pay like an extra 30 or 40 bucks when I book a hotel that I get nothing for. When I book an airline ticket, I also pay a very high processing fee. I get that. You can do something about that. I'd appreciate it. You know what I mean? I want to talk about fees. Let's talk about my taxes. But anyway, taxation without representation. Add that one. That's another one. Taxation without representation. We're not getting legitimate representation from our elected officials and the officials that they appoint to do their work for us. It's not happening, right? Additionally, I'm going to say that some people get special treatment, right? For whoever they know, whoever they're connected to within a social system. For example, when Paul Pelosi got pulled over for that DUI, do you remember that? When did that happen? That was recent, right? When did Paul Pelosi get that? It was like a month or two ago. Anyway, maybe you guys know. Yeah, Burisma, 100%. Cambridge Analytics, right? Remember corporate corruption. Really good job, guys. You're crushing it. You're coming back. You're getting them. I'm really proud of you, visionaries. Good job. All right. Special treatment for people, right? They knocked his DUI down to a misdemeanor, right? Dropped minimums to protect this guy because his wife is a Speaker of the House. Then he got hit in the head with a hammer, right? And had to have surgery. Veteran care in the United States is terrible. I don't know if the person who did that attack was a veteran or not. I don't know. But I do know that the state of veteran care in the United States is abysmal. In fact, if you go to the VA for any kind of services, you are about 1/3 more likely to kill yourself than if you just never went to the VA at all. Let me say that again. According to the VA's data, you're approximately 1/3 more likely to kill yourself if you seek care at the VA. So these assholes are patting themselves on the back in the White House while we literally kill ourselves. Patting themselves on the back, saying, what a great job. Just like they do about the southern border. Now, I know you guys, right, the VA killed your friend Laura. I'm very sorry to hear that. Yeah. There's a lot of that. Career politicians do need to go. Yeah, Biden's been in office 50 years and he's wondering what's going on here, right? He put the policies into the social machine that is America. These social realities are the output, and they're wondering, like, oh, how did that happen? Well, what are your freaking ingredients? What went into it there, big dog? What do you think happened? What do you... Exactly what anybody who was intelligent in the room would have told you, right? But you ignored them. So anyway, here we are, right? Here we are. Bill Gates, 100%, right? Doesn't he own like the most farmland? And what state is it? It's like China and Bill Gates buying all the farmland. But we're going to talk about grain too in a minute. We'll talk about it here in the United States a little bit because I don't know as much as I should. That's really TQ's domain. That's TQ's realm. I saw Amanda was in the chat. What's up, Amanda? I hope you're doing really well. And hey to everybody at TQ. Special hello to everybody at TQ, right? Yeah, I saw that at Davos. I saw that. That's right. I saw that. All right. So veteran care, special treatment, bop, 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 bop. I think the biggest thing, the two biggest things, right, are when President Biden declared MAGA Republicans as public enemy one in America. The biggest threat facing democracy in America, he said, are MAGA Republicans. Make America great again, Republicans. People who want, I don't know, integrity in a system, right? Clarity, a little bit more clarity, a little bit better output, a little bit more support for businesses, more support for religion, right? I don't know if you guys heard, but today, it was today or yesterday, on a college campus, University of Wisconsin, a student was reading from the Bible, and these protesters, these liberal protesters came over, banging in his ear, hitting the drums, just like we saw in DC. They ripped pages out of his Bible and they ate them. They ripped pages out of the Bible as he's reading the Bible. They ripped the pages out and ate them. So to me, like, you've stolen my property and you've attacked me, and now I'm going to break your bones. Right? You rip a page out of my Bible while I'm reading it. I'm probably going to break your bones. I don't mean to threaten anybody or anything like that. But somebody ripped pages out of a Bible while a college student was reading it. How do you feel about that? Is that appropriate? And they get supported by the university. That's the thing. They get supported by the university. That's more than harassment, if you ask me. That's a lot more than harassment. Don't I have any kind of freedom of religion? Isn't there anything that says, right, that I have freedom of religion? Is it in an amendment? Congress shall make no law representing an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Congress shall make no law prohibiting the free exercise of religion or abridging the freedom of speech, of the press, the right of the people to peacefully assemble. So they peacefully assembled, freedom of religion. University shut that crap down, right? Blows my mind. So stuff like this happens. This ultra woke mentality, which is prevalent on university campuses, right? Indoctrinating children to think that this is appropriate and normal, when of course it's not, right? Okay, so ripping pages out of the Bible, freaking eating them in front of them. That would frustrate me. It would frustrate me. Yeah, it would frustrate me. Okay. Biden making MAGA Americans public enemy number one. I think that set it up. And then I think the real reason that this guy did it is I don't think he has faith in our elections. And I think that he doesn't think that anything's going to change this. I think he thinks it's going to keep happening because he doesn't have any faith in our elections. And he's seen this happen over decades, right? So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Why do you guys think he did it? Because it's like a big deal. It's a huge deal in America that bubbled up. Somebody went to Speaker Pelosi's house and, fractured her husband's skull with a hammer. I'm just saying. Love Fest gone bad. I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know anything about that. I didn't hear that. A lover's quarrel? You think so? Maybe, and they're just covered up with all this? I have no idea. A lover's quarrel. Who knows? Was hammer a euphemism? Who knows? All right, I'm just saying. We're going to see what happens. Somebody said what? Eastern Seaboard, no diesel in 23 days. We've been like 25 days of diesel for like 10 days. At least 5. We're very, very low on diesel. And this is Biden getting hit in the face with his own policies when he dragged his feet on approving drilling, right? When he blocked efforts to drill more oil in the United States. To get more gas and oil out, he blocked it. And now we're in a tremendous crisis related to oil and diesel and gasoline. A tremendous crisis. And that's what we're going to talk about now. So really good segue. Who did that? I love you. Really good job. Yeah, trench, 25-day diesel supply. So, right, what will we do if no diesel? That's a huge question. It's a huge question. It's like, if you're the president of the United States, you should have some dude, some economist, just like looking at that every day. If that moves, like, just buy shit. Get shit, pump stuff, buy it, pump it, trade it, steal it. I don't care. Get it. Get it for America. Go to Venezuela, right? And fix that fuck up with Juan Guaido and bring me their oil and gold. So I can run my truck and keep my house warm. You know? It's nuts. Somebody asked the president's press secretary the other day, like, why do you think gas prices are going to go down if you're trying to put the gas and oil companies out of business? And she's like, what do you mean? It's like, Biden said he wants to go green and wants to get rid of oil. So isn't he trying to put them out of business? Why do you think they're going to help you? You know, and she was just like, Anyway, all right, let's talk international. So we talked about a big chunk of domestic stuff. I think to the domestic stuff, we could probably add January 6th, information related to January 6th. That's not going to be the drum that I beat on because I know other people are doing that. I wasn't there. I don't have a high level of access to that area. I want to show support to those people who are there. But if that's all I'm talking, that's not what this channel is about. And if I'm giving too much time on the channel to J6, we're going to get painted with a brush that's different than what we are, right? We're a multifaceted channel and community here. So that is something that's important to us. I do think that it's a gross violation of their civil rights. I do encourage them to stay strong, right? And I hope that they're able to get some relief, right? Trial, hearing, lots of conjugal visits, freaking an ankle bracelet. You know what I mean? But while the election is going on, it's probably not going to happen. And as long as Biden's in office, I don't know if he's going to be letting anybody out. In fact, they're sending more and more and more people to jail for longer periods of time for being involved with J6. One such person said to a police officer, "Come with me, I'll help get you out." And the cop came with him. He took him to a mob and said, "Hey, get him." You know, and they took his badge, they beat him up real hard. They took his gun, they said, shoot him with his own gun. You know, did you guys see that? Yeah, so I'm seeing all this stuff happen, right? I obviously think it's appropriate and okay to go to DC and protest and do a little civil disobedience. I think that's okay. And I understand that those people were a little bit more upset than I was. I think they're just more, and I'm pretty pissed off, you know. And I wasn't. I was like one of these normal, quote, relatively normal people. I know my family laugh at me, right? But relatively normal person, right? And this was my first protest or whatever, you know. That was the deal what happened on January 6th. And I think there was some outside influence that came in. I think there was inside and outside influence on that day. And it was, you know, mixed feelings. So that's not going to be my channel. It's not really going to be my hill to die on. The J6 guys, I would just want to send those people, right, support. Hey, stay strong. It's terrible to be in that kind of situation. You know that I've been out before. I don't have a criminal record, never been convicted of a crime, but police have made bad decisions and have locked me up a couple of times. And you know that. Anyway, you know how it is in America. Corrupt Mr. Flippers. I missed you guys a lot too. Okay, I missed you guys so much. Gas is $3.99. Diesel's like $5.60 or more for me. I'm paying like $5.60. That's right. Our nuclear coach. You want to talk about nuclear war? Let's talk about just for a second. Okay, 2 seconds. Let's talk about what's going on with Russia. You want to talk about nuclear war? We could also talk about like North Korea. I get it, but they're kind of a bitch on the grand scheme of things. You know, he's kind of a dummy, and they're kind of a bitch as a nation compared to like the people I'm going to talk about, the countries I'm going to talk about: Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, and Iran. All right, I'm going to talk to you about how they're all working together right now to fuck us. Okay, and how Biden's letting them do it, and how Biden's looking like a bitch while they do that to us. Maybe you guys know this, right? But that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about next. So it all kind of comes down to Ukraine, right? We've been hearing about Ukraine for months and months and months and months and months. And that's all we've heard about, right? That's all we've heard about is Ukraine, 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 Ukraine. Huge distraction. We're not talking about Hunter Biden in Ukraine, or Hunter Biden's laptop, or Hunter Biden's drug deals, or the money that Hunter Biden got from the Chinese, or that he got from the Ukrainians, or that he got from the Russians. We're not talking about any of that went to his dad when he got on the phone and yelled at somebody. Get it done. Just get it done. Send the money, right? And then you've got Biden calling that rabbi in New York the other day to get him to support Maloney or whoever it is. He goes, if you get your Hasidic Jew community to support my guy, you'll have open access to my administration. Quote. Like, I get there's a little of this and that in politics, but saying, like, you have open access to my administration, you can have whatever you want, just make this, get all the Jews to vote for the Catholic in New York. I really need it, please. I don't know. You don't do that when your guy's set to win. You know what I mean? And if you're not winning in New York and you're a Democrat, you're a bitch. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's your homeland. You know, at least down in that city, near that city, right? So Ukraine, right? Russia, maybe they're doing well, maybe they're getting hit really hard. All the media is saying they're getting the crap kicked out of them. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm watching Elon Musk launch rocket after rocket after rocket of satellites into the sky. So maybe Russia shot out a bunch of his satellites, which are providing the internet for the Ukrainian forces, which is giving them the upper hand in the war because there's no freaking internet out there. But they've got it. They're on internet from Elon Musk's satellite, and they're dominating. They're dominating, apparently. They're doing very well in the war, right? All of our boys and girls in black are doing a wonderful job helping Ukrainians kill Russians, is what it seems like is going on over there. With that said, Putin's getting pushed into a corner is what media is having us think, right? Putin's getting pushed into a corner by not winning in Russia, by calling up, 300,000 or something reservists, sending, less than half of them to the front line to fight and then bringing them back for training, probably as like training for the next war and not this war, but probably just to get them a little combat time before they go to their next war. We'll talk about that later, what I think is going to happen there. You know, I'm just saying. 226 likes. Are you guys not having fun? Do you want to see my titties? Hit that like button if you're having fun. Subscribe to the channel if you're having fun. I got on YouTube and was like, hey, my people aren't getting notified when I go online. My friends aren't getting notified. And they were like, only 30% of, the people, whatever, or even subscribe. So the people who view. So if you could subscribe to the channel, it'd be a huge thing. I'd really appreciate it. And we're going to start doing some giveaways. In fact, I'll do the first giveaway today. At the end of the show. And we're going to start doing giveaways on the channel. All right. So we're going for a hike now because I'm bored. Let me get my pack. You know I've got my pack all ready to rock, right? Got my flags, got my pack. Let's go. We can keep talking on the way. We just did like the little domestic chat. Now we could do the international chat. All right. Are you ready? We're going on a hike. What should we bring? We'll talk about the international stuff when we get there. We just talked about the domestic stuff. That shit was heavy. Let's chill out and just hike and have fun together. Okay. Water. Okay, good. We're going to bring water. What else should we bring? Good. Turn those notifications on, Jackie. Good job. What else should we bring, guys? Tell me. Oh, shoot. There's a hazard up here. Let me flip you around. You see the hazard? There's a lake. We're going to have to cross a lake. Inhaler. All right, bring your inhaler, 10-4. Bear spray. I've got something better than that. I think they call that a holler, but I don't know. Yeah, toilet paper. Definitely bring toilet paper. God, who was the dummy who didn't bring the toilet paper? A gun. All right, yeah, 10-4. Compass, yep. Boots, yeah, got them. I got like my trail shoes on. I got visionaries. I don't need anything else. I have 383 visionaries. You guys could rescue me. You've done it before. Whew. Man, I need a break. Bug spray, butt wipes, 10-4, Sherry. Mike, I've got you, man. Yeah, jet boil, good idea. Hunting license, good idea. What else should I bring? You guys have been to the class, right? I took you guys, you men and women, you visionaries, to the class. Come on. What else should we bring? Whew. Man, shade visionary. No, just kidding. We're good. Want to go for a run? It's been a while since I've worked out. Nice to be with you. Hello, Leo! Just kidding, but get motivated. Roy, what's up, man? Roy, man, great to see you. This is where we came from. Don't let me get lost. Anybody ever get lost in the woods? Have you ever been lost? Anybody? Knife, good call. Who said that? Daniel. Good job, Daniel. First aid kit, good job. Who's that? Gail. Really good job, Gail. Sorry, I was deep in the trees. Whew. All right, I can walk now. Sorry, I ran out of service. 10-4. I know. I'm almost there, don't worry. I drove it the last few times. I'll get you there, don't worry. You get everybody back. Because this is a pretty lake. Oh, I can see the water. Down through the woods, like lake's all up there. Any animals? All right, no, we're good. Fishing kit. Shoot, I left my fly rod. Somebody go to my truck, get my fly rod. Meet me at the lake. We're gonna do it, baby. I like hiking with you guys. What do you think? Do you think we'll see a Bigfoot? You never know. I don't see any. Hey, there's the water. Check it out. This is this is a really big lake system. And we're just back in one of the little fingers of a massive lake system. That's right, not all who wander are lost. That's a big 10-4. I know where I am. All right, there's the water. I can hear some boats out there too. So hopefully when we get down to the water, it'll be pretty cool. When's the last time you went to a lake? Or went to the woods or went hiking, guys? Blair Witch Project, that's funny. Let me just show you where we are. That's our trail. It should be pretty hard to get lost. Just like walk the other way up the road. That's the plan. All right, November 9th, 10-4. I'm going to be there. Sylvia says it's November 9th. Yeah, I'll be there. We'll make it work. Let's do it. I guess it's on. And either way, if I show up, we're going to convoy somewhere. I'm not in Colorado. No. Closer to DC than that. Bring a mirror, yeah, for signaling and to stay pretty. And I hope we get a nice sunset. I hope my battery lasts. We'll see. You live in the middle of the woods. That's what the Cajun Queen says. Cool. So do I. Driver, you know we keep it sexy out here, 10-4. Is it blurry? It should be good. Let me know if it is blurry. Y'all looking through trees over there and into the sun. Oh, cool. Check it out. There's like a little backwater section of lake over here, somebody's trash. But then here's the main lake. I'll take you guys down here. Vicky Vale in the house. What's up, Vicky? Look, somebody got a fish. Whoop. I'm just saying, somebody got a fish. It's not as blurry now. Okay, 10-4. Cool. I hear Ozarks. You're close. Pretty cool, right? Kaiser Lake. No, but maybe. That's actually like an inside joke with me. But no, it is not Kaiser Lake. Oh, Matt and Jalen. What's up, Matt? Somebody said something. I missed it. I did hear about that convoy in Branson, and then I heard that it got canceled, and then I heard we were going to do it anyway, and then I went to the woods for 2 weeks, and now I heard we're going to do it anyway. So I'm cool with that. We've got to do something to wake people up, and that's when it's the last day to vote, right? Is it the 9th you said? So it's the day after voting. So as long as we get the word out for the vote, I'll be a happy duck. See, this is backwater over here. This is where the fish are. This whole berm separates the lake from this backwater. I'll bet you anything they're fishing here. Not that I know anything about fishing, as you all know. You know what I mean? Look, you see those ripples? They're fishing there. I bet I can get them to jump. See how those fish jump? Maybe not. I'll bet they're fishing here. I'll bet you anything. Can you see through the water? There's one. Like a 4-year-old, right? Exploring. Maybe we'll see a fish jump, and I'll be right. It's really good to be with you guys, too. We're going to pop back up here. There's something I want to show you on the other side of the berm. AJ's in the house. Dinner Bell? What's up, big guy? I hope you're doing well, Dinner Bell. And what's up, Mama Jan? I'm really glad you guys are all in the chat. Awesome to see you all in here and to hear from you again. I hope you're all doing so well. And Red Mama's in the house. What's up? Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I miss you. I admit it. I missed you a lot. I had to take care of some stuff though, you know what I mean? We went through some pretty serious stuff. This is pretty cool, look. Looks like a bunch of Jeeps have been driving here. See the tire tracks? There's even tracks down here. This looks like somewhere I would get stuck. That's right. It's homeschool with x-ray, exactly right. We just talked about a number of domestic policy concerns that I think you should go back and watch at some point. None of it is conspiracy theory. It's all straight up stuff that's happened that I think has infuriated the population. Cool campsite. I think it's a fire pit right there. Let's go check it out. Yeah, Matt, that would be awesome, man. I would love to do a reunion. I'm going to be up in Indiana in a few days. And then from Indiana, I'm going to be trucking out to Missouri. And after Missouri, Cincinnati. Check it out. There's like a shrine. Here's the campsite. And it's hidden in this grove of trees. It's out here on the beach. You know, like if I pop through this tree line, check it out. I'm on a beach. But then you go back in there and you're in the perfect campsite, a little hidden campsite. It's cool, right? Pretty cool. Hey, check this out. This is pretty cool. Look at this. Look on the tree. What in the world? There's an American flag. I like that. Boop. Somebody left some Copenhagen. What do you think this is off of? Fishing reel or something? Somebody was blazing out here, it looks like. It's a pretty feather. Was. There's this zip tie. Cool. That's kind of weird, right? Oh, there's a story behind all this. Couple of golf clubs. Look, there's a tarp. In case you get stuck out here, there's a nice tarp. Some shells. Weird. There's a hat. Look, some sergeant's cover. Army sergeant. What's your cover, sergeant? Nasty army. What are you gonna do? There's a little fishing reel and some golf clubs, some pretty shells that they've stacked up here, and some rope. Sweet. This is pretty cool, actually. I've never seen anything like this. Kind of a weird little campsite. Oh, it's full. Spraying off ice. Anybody want to get iced? Weird little campsite. All right, choose your own adventure. Do you guys want to go this way around on the beach, or do you want to go back the way we came from? Yeah, there's a fire pit right here. Pretty nice fire pit. In the campsite, somebody asked about the fire pit. And then over here, there's actually some pretty good firewood. It looks like somebody cut it up pretty nicely. This is probably where you drop your vehicle or your tent. Looks pretty good. Hang your food right there. Pretty cool. All right, choose your own adventure. Do we want to go down here and scout down the shore? Or do you want to work your way back towards where the campsite is? It does look like a shrine. I agree. What's it say at the top? Old Toyotas never die. Cool. Yeah, this is wild. Where do you want to go? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, MGB. That's very sweet of you. Thanks for that $5. Super cool. I am camping in this area. I'm not going to camp in that campsite back there. I'm going to camp at another campsite where I was talking to you guys before. But I just wanted to come down and sort of see the lake. See what was going on down here. You know, I don't know when the last time was that you guys saw a lake, you know, or went hiking in the woods. So I thought it would be fun to like do a hike, talk, check out the lake, you know, and then talk about some stuff that's going on in politics too. I'm gonna flip you around. All right, I heard Roy say he wants to go this way, so we're gonna work our way back this way. It's good to see you too. Good to see all of you guys. I don't know, where's the sun? I'll tell you how much daylight we have, but that's an hour. One hand is an hour, like every 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45, an hour. So like one hand is an hour. The sun above the horizon. You guys probably knew that. Yeah, guys, huge shout out to Sylvia and a big thank you to Sylvia. She had some great ideas with the channel about going back and pulling out some of the juicier little, you know, moments of the convoy and of DC and of California and some of the different things that we've all done together. Some of the ways that you guys have helped me, some of the times I've been stuck, kind of like some highlights and easier to digest content. So look for that. Look for that coming down the pipeline. All right, that's something that's in the future here. Cool, I still see Dinner Bell and Red Mama. I'm so excited that they're in the chat. Thank you guys. I really hope y'all are doing really well. AJ, what's going on, man? You doing okay, buddy? I'm gonna look for it. I want to see that you said you're doing okay. I saw you say come to West Virginia. I'm down with that. Yeah, I've been around. I've had to work on the vehicle a lot. I've been learning a lot about farming. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude by saying somebody. Katie says, wondered what happened to you over the past few months. Frankly, I needed to just step back a little bit after what happened in DC. You know what I mean? I just needed to take a step back and sort of think about everything that happened, to look at my positioning related to what happened, and to think about how I can be most effective going forward for my country and for my community. And I want to do that very deliberately, and I want to make it clear that I just stepped in a hole. You guys are my community. Visionaries. You guys are like, this community is like the best thing I've ever created. So I love you guys a lot. We've done a lot of good together. Gonna do a lot more good together. As we go to know about Mr. Beast on YouTube, but he's like the biggest ever. and he gives away like houses, cars and houses. So we're going to get to the point on X-Ray Vision where I can get or like a car or a truck, a diesel, which I hear we're not going to be able to buy in the United States after 2035. Is that what they said? Pretty good hill. I don't know. Can't have any diesel. Cool. Let's sit down for a minute. I don't know if I have a seat, but I can sit you down. Boop. All right, 2 seconds. Hydrate or die. We've been hiking, you know. You got to hydrate. Cool. Did I see a 53 rat in the house? Is there a 53 rat in the house right now? What's up, buddy? I hope you're doing well, man. Thank you again for everything that you did for me. And tell your son's name is Luke, right? We got 53 rat in the house. Is your son's name Luke? Oh, yeah, he says. You better get Luke back in the sweatshop. I want some more of those little tractors, those little gear, nuts and bolts. You know what I mean? Tractors. I want more of those. Okay, we're going to give one away on the channel. It'll be really fun. Tell him I say what's up, man. I hope you're doing well, too. And best and most respectful regards to your wife. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So we talked about the big stuff, right? Let's hit some of the international stuff. Have you guys looked at what's going on with the war in Ukraine? Look at Russia's positioning coming out of that, right? Right now, I think one of the most important things to look at, we talked about diesel, right, is our oil crisis. President Biden just took his own ass to Saudi Arabia to kiss a sandy butthole to try to get a better oil deal for the United States. And the word on the street, what he thought anyway, is that he got that oil deal. He thought he got a really good oil deal where they were going to put some more oil out, and then it was going to make him look really good for the midterms. And basically what happened is Saudi Arabia not only reneged on that oil deal, but then they made fun of Biden the next day publicly, like on the international stage. Then Saudi Arabia went and met with Russia. So you've got Putin shaking hands, right, with Ben Salman or whoever it is. And Saudi Arabia is trying to get into BRIC, right? They're trying to, do you guys know what BRICS, what BRICS is? Do you know about that? Well, you should know because Saudi Arabia wants in right now. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa are on an economic team. And Saudi Arabia wants in, okay? Saudi Arabia wants in. So they're buddying up with Russia. Russia's also buddying up with China right now, which is a big risk to us because China's our biggest competitor. They're the richest and let's say the second most dangerous because Americans are pretty dangerous too, all right? But there was just a meeting between Putin and Xi Jinping from China. And after the meeting, Putin says Taiwan belongs to China. So Ukraine is to Russia as Taiwan is to China. We just saw like the big ceremonial, party event in China where they dragged the old president out. He tried to look at a piece of paper. Xi Jinping had him hauled out. Don't get me started on Saudi Arabia. I mean, didn't all but 4 of the 9/11 hijackers come from Saudi Arabia? Did you know that? I think it was, check me on it. I'm going to go with all but 4 of the 9/11 hijackers were from Saudi Arabia. So we're kind of like frenemies with them where we do a lot of deals for oil. We sell them weapons. They sell us oil and everything is big cool. Stuff's not cool anymore. Stuff's definitely not cool anymore. So they made fun of Biden. They cut the deal. Then they said they're going to reduce their production. Then they said they're going to raise costs going to the United States. So they're taking care of Europe. Russia's trying to squeeze them because they're a big supplier of oil and gas to Europe. The Nord Stream pipeline may or may not have been blown up and may or may not be leaking into the ocean right now to try to squeeze Russia's influence on the oil market. But if you look at what Saudi Arabia and Oman have said, they're basically like, fuck you. It's just business. Fuck you. So you see everybody coming against the United States, and you see President Biden not being able to do anything about it. And Saudi Arabia wants into BRICS, so they're going to be buddies with Russia and with China and Brazil and India and South Africa. It's really only a risk to us with China and Russia. A little bit of Brazil. We kind of own everybody else. We used to own Brazil until China bought them. Just saying. All right, what else is on my list? Did you know that Iran, an enemy of Saudi Arabia, but Iran, they sent drones to Russia, and they sent soldiers, advisors, whatever, to teach them how to use the drones to kill Americans and American allies in Ukraine. They shot one down and they looked at the motor, and that's how they know it was an Iranian drone. I think we sold it to them. You see how this shit happens? It's crazy. None of this is a conspiracy. This is like geopolitical reality. All right. And we already talked about North Korea. They're being a bitch. They've launched a bunch of missiles. They actually got in a fight with South Korea. Like a fight. And then the United States government said that their leadership will not survive if they test or use nuclear weapons. So that's pretty cool. Good job, Sylvia. Thank you. Yeah. Not breath, I'm hiking up the hill. But yeah, exactly right. Yeah, BRICS. So Saudi Arabia wants into BRICS. And so in order to get in, they're going to kiss the ass of the people in there so they can have financial incentives. And the people who are in there are, you know, Russia and China, notably. Our competitors. Okay? So that's, oh, and then China. Did we talk about chip manufacturing? So you know China wants Taiwan back. China thinks Taiwan is part of China. America thinks Taiwan is independent. And we've sold them like a lot of rocket launchers, naval warfare ships, missile systems, and we've done a lot of training with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just saying, if something goes down in Taiwan, we have to fight China. We're already fighting Russia in Ukraine. What does it mean if the United States is fighting a multi-front war against China and Russia, with Iran and Saudi Arabia competing against us? You know that our fighters use JP-8 or whatever. Probably not JP-8. Probably different different fuel. I'm sorry. Probably not JP-8. But they're using fuel, right? They're not using like wind power. They're not, to my knowledge, using fusion. Although there is a patent from like, I don't know if it's Raytheon. One of those companies has a patent for a fusion-powered fighter jet and bomber. But they're not out yet, you know? Just saying. And none of this is a conspiracy. This is just like, I'm just reading you things that I read on the news across multiple news sources, credible news sources. And you can look up everything I've said. And if anything I've said isn't true, put it in the chat and tell me. I'll research it and I'll come back on and I'll set the record straight if I'm wrong. Truth is so important. Saying you can always call me out if I'm wrong. Fair, right? That's fair. All right, cool. I think that's all I want to talk about with that. Oil, chips, yeah. And I think China's going to do it in the next 2 years. The reason I think that is because that's what the head of the Navy said. And, you know, she's got more intel than I do, right? This guy said China has said that they want to finish reunification by like 2025. But then he went on to say that China has never missed a deadline. And in fact, they usually get the work done ahead of time with everything they've ever promised on the international stage, which is a big deal coming from the head of the Navy. He said that. Anyway, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I'm hiking though, you know. So he says it's going to happen in the next 2 years. Next 2 years. So you guys tell me we've got this Ukraine thing that puts us in a war with Russia. Then the China thing happens over Taiwan, puts us in a war with China. Iran and Saudi Arabia could squeeze us on fuel. Well, Saudi Arabia squeezes us on fuel. Oman would squeeze us on fuel. Iran would just try to kill us. That's why they sent the drones to Russia in exchange for killing Americans and American allies, I think. Maybe money, but probably not. They probably were just like, yeah, you're going to kill people we don't like. Take them. We'll send people to help you. Who provided the translators, I wonder? Maybe they just come prepared. I don't know. It's above my pay grade. So, we had a pretty serious talk, but we did it while we were exploring and just having fun in the wilderness. So, fun to look at, easy to digest, hopefully. And you got some information that is not bullshit. It is accurate, true, and terrible. So you've got to vote. Vicky said it. You said it, Vicky. You got to go out and vote. You got to vote. Please. Please vote. If you can vote, you have to. We need you out there. It's your choice, I get that. But you've seen what's happened in our country. There needs to be a reckoning. We need to hold some of these politicians to account. That's going to start with the impeachment of President Biden. And if I get my way, it's like a whole list of people we're going to impeach. His appointees. If they don't just up and leave. Here's the hill. Get ready. Let's go. Come on, everybody. Step it out. Sylvia, push me. Get some. Such a light pack. Where's the rest of your pack, Marine? I hope you're having fun. You know, hope you're having a good time. I wanted to come and just hang out with you guys and talk about what's going on. Oh, crap. Here we go. There's a lake, and I see the beast up there. Boop. There's a fish. Look, there's an eel. You guys see that eel? You want me to catch it? We'll let him go. He's a very still eel. He's hunting. He's just laying really still. Yeah, thank you for saying that. Guys, yeah, prayers. We got to send the prayers for Shelly and Mike. I haven't talked to Shelly for a little bit. I owe her a call. But we need to send our prayers to Shelly and Mike. What's up, beast? And I plan on seeing them when I'm in Ohio. Woo! All right, cool. I got you. Let me try to fix this. I'll sit down in a second. Let me just go drop my pack. All right, what do you think? Was that all right for a first live stream back? Was that okay? Just to ease back into it with you guys. Let you know I love you and I miss you, and you know, I would say we're still exclusive, but I heard about how you get around on other channels. I heard about it. It's okay. We'll work on that. I'm just saying I love you guys a lot. Really. all you guys, every one of the visionaries. You guys have done so much for me, literally and figuratively. I love you. Thank you. This community is one of the best things I've created. I want to work with you guys just going forward. I want to have this channel, and I want to work with you to bring awareness to some of our political realities. And I want to work with you guys just to do good around the world. So as the channel grows, as we start to bring in more monetization, we're going to use that monetization to help other people and to give things back to the visionary community. That's the plan. Just want to say I love all you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Probably going to cut it right here now. I'm starting to run low on the battery. You know, I've got to get back in my live streaming thing and like charge my extra batteries and, you know, and all that stuff. So I'll be live in a few days, right? I'll probably be here till the end of the month, just sort of doing a reset in the wilderness and working on a couple of other projects that I'll tell you about as we go forward. And look for some stuff coming out from Sylvia on the channel. She has access to everything now. So Sylvia has the keys to the castle. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for all your help. I really respect you and appreciate you and look up to you so much, Sylvia. Thank you for all you do for me and for all the visionaries and just for motivating me and for being my friend. Thank you. And all you freaking visionaries, thanks. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming back and being like, what's up with this guy? You know. So expect to see more of that as we go forward. We will have a convoy. It's going to be November 9th. We're going to be in Missouri. And stand by for more information on Florida Convoy. I think I saw some information pop up in the chat. It's going to be in December, right? The rescheduled Florida Convoy. So we're going to be heading down there. And I'm just looking forward to just traveling around the country with you guys, trying to stand up for freedom. I redid the channel a little bit. So when you look at the description, I think it says like, I don't know, look it up. It's like God, country, service, maybe something else. I don't know. Few things on there, what we're standing up for on this channel, and that's what I want to do. And if you guys like that, great. I want you with me. And if you have other ideas on how to make it better, please just put them in the chat or put them in the comments. And you know, I really try to be responsive to you guys. Appreciate, respect, and love you very much. And this is X-Ray on the side. Bye bye. Talk to you guys later. Bye.